Hello, chess friends. This is Grandmaster Eugene Perelshteyn for ChessOpeningsExplained.com, and today I'm going to share with you a quick game where Black got absolutely destroyed in the Pirc. And this game was played by one of my students against, this is actually ICC game, Internet Chess Club 5-minute game. Not that relevant for, the bigger world of chess, so to say, but the opening is extremely important. And believe it or not, Black player was WIM, Women's International Master. And after these moves, everybody knows this is our recommended setup against the Pirc. Bishop goes to e3, c6 is almost met by a4. And here Black plays really unusual move b6. Typically, bishop g7 followed by castle is the plan, and we play either h3 right away or knight f3 followed by h3, kind of similar setup. But okay, Black played b6. So you may not see it as a mistake just yet. White played knight f3, bishop to b7. Okay, somewhat logical, but notice that Black is neglecting development of the king side. And here White played typical move based on our white book h3, completely stopping knight g4 idea. Definitely not bad, but already my student could have gotten a little bit more aggressive with this move e5 exclam. And turns out that this knight is hit, and if takes, queen takes d1, rook takes d1. Typical way to try to get counterplays to play knight d5, fails miserably. Take a look at this. Then knight takes, pawn takes, check. So already the king is feeling uncomfortable. Knight d7, and now lightning and thunder, e6. This is an exclam move. By the way, this idea is very common to try to punish Black in the Pirc when Black forgets about development. And after pawn takes knight e5, the pin is deadly. Black will have to lose in exchange. So this could have happened if White played a more aggressive way, e5 on move 7. So nevertheless, h3 is pretty solid, and here Black makes an unbelievable mistake, knight bd7. So again, this shows you that if you're not developing, bad things could happen. Obviously, bishop g7 would have been better, and here White has a pleasant choice. Either develop naturally bishop e2, and then knight bd7, a5. I like this pawn sacrifice idea, and then queen d2, and eventually the pawn on a5 will fall, and this is just terrible weaknesses. And the second idea is, instead of bishop e2, to play this move e5. Same idea as we constantly see in all of these lines. Pawn takes, takes, knight d5. Here, because the bishop's already on g7, Black can survive this move e6. e6 is actually no good, because after pawn takes, knight e5 is not possible. The square is controlled by the bishop, so that's not a good move, and Black's pretty much okay. But I really like this move c3, building the wall against the bishop. Black is having a hard time castling. e6, for instance, knight g5, and the nice threat here is, of course, knight takes f7, and rook d8 protects the knight. f4 exclam, completely stopping that bishop on g7 from creating any threats. And here, castle, I think, is the logical move, and White once again gets an advantage with this beautiful pawn sacrifice, a5. So pretty much advantage in all of these lines. But let's see what happened in the game. So bishop g7 was the last moment in the game where Black could at least stay in the game. Knight bd7 is really illustrative examples of how not to play the Pirc, or how to punish Black for forgetting to develop this bishop. By now you can probably guess, so I'm going to give you a couple seconds here to see White's next move. And you're right, e5 exclam, very strong idea. Notice that if pawn takes e5, this e6 idea is coming up with a devastating blow. Black obviously saw that, she plays knight to d5, thinking that it's not as bad, but in reality things are even worse. Knight takes, and you can probably find the winning continuation here. If you need more time, go ahead and pause the video. And the blowout move is e6. Absolutely powerful idea. Oops. Absolutely powerful idea. And black is in big trouble. So bishop plays, pawn takes. Obviously, this is bad news. It's pretty much curtains. Black's losing. Pawn takes. And now, very calm and beautiful knight g5. Pawn's under attack. Okay, black's thinking, not a big deal. I can just simply play knight f6 and just give that pawn back. I don't need that pawn, black is thinking. And indeed, if white takes the pawn, black can actually stay in the game longer. Well, queen d7, you could even try queen d7 with the idea to try to match bishop b5 with bishop c6. Somewhat of a game, black may be totally fine. But white has absolutely devastating blow. Don't get greedy, don't take the pawn. And let's see if you can find the move. And the move is simply bishop b5 check. And now the king is really getting punished for being left alone in the center like that. Knight d7 is only move, that's what she played in the game. And again, don't need to get greedy, don't take the pawn just yet. Queen f3, absolutely stunning move. Just take a look at this position. The king is completely barricaded in by his own pieces, and I think it's time to resign. Given that this is a 5-minute blitz game, black played on until mate, which, you know, will happen. It's pretty much forced. Queen b8 was played in the game. Check, check, and mate. 16 moves. The game is over. WIM is checkmated, and this shows you how powerful our recommended line against the Pirc, especially if black forgets about the king side and starts developing with the queen side first. So again, let's review it one more time. So this is all theory. g6 is fine, bishop e3, c6, a4 to stop b5, b6, already sort of starting with the wrong side. Bishop g7 castles has to be played. Knight f3, bishop b7, h3, a little calm, like I mentioned, e5, more aggressive way will immediately give you a big edge. And then the problem is that black continues with this terrible strategy. This is the real mistake of the game, allowing the blowout move e5, and then another idea takes e6. Unbelievable how black is really lost here. Takes, and now knight g5, powerhouse move, another powerhouse move, check. Black has to go back, queen f3, and black is simply getting mated no matter what. Queen f7 is mate in 1, so queen has to go. If queen c7, it's not better, because here after check takes fork, we can actually have a pleasant choice. We can finish the game by giving mate, or of course we can just take the queen on c7, but mate is better. And after queen b8, check, check, and mate. Absolutely devastating loss for black, and I hope you get to use some of these ideas in your own games. Thank you very much. This was Grandmaster Eugene Perelshteyn for ChessOpeningsExplained.com.